Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, this may be a really short reading, but we'll start with entertainment only and see where it takes us. I'm just going to use the True Crime Oracle deck. The reason being is what I'm actually going to ask is in regards to Ghislaine Maxwell again. Apparently, she has been permitted day release, work day release. In other words, allowed out of her minimum security, pretty much not prison club fed, to actually go and work outside the prison. Oh, I'm just going to put it, actually, I've just split the deck and I'm just looking at these two cards and I'm going to show them to you. Because this pretty much sums up Maxwell. And I do feel that somebody walking, it's almost like they're going to be trespassing or something along those lines, or just walking over or riding through on their horse or whatever. Zorro Ranch are going to come across a burial site. It's almost like there's going to be some bones that have made their way to the surface, and what's going to be uncovered is just going to be absolutely horrific. So if you're wondering, Zorro Ranch was the property in New Mexico that was owned by Epstein. There are reports that it was used as a breeding facility. Where have we heard that since, Elon Musk? And it just a ghastly dark residence. And apparently there were bunkers underground, and just before the property was sold or Epps was arrested or whatever it was, there was thousands of cubic meters of concrete ordered and pumped into that underground area. So there's going to be some really horrific things that are uncovered there. But what I want to have a look at is that apparently, allegedly, entertainment only, it is illegal for a sex offender, and we know that Maxwell is a convicted sex offender, to be moved to a minimum security facility. So somebody in the regime has had to physically override the legalities of that she was not allowed to go to this minimum security prison. They then also had to physically override that they are never to be let out on day release. So there's somebody who's actually taken these actions. This is not going through the step-by-step numbers. Someone's actually had to take these actions. Now, it is Senator Sheldon Whitehouse that is uncovering this. So the senators, there's several senators that are all almost like tag teaming on this to try and uncover. Legal proceedings and a self-unaliving. Okay. I don't know that this was actually a good move for Maxwell. I believe I'd love to know. Oh, very much so. There's going to be some sort of cover up. I absolutely believe that she was rewarded this for supplying some information to Blanche and Bondi. But I don't know that it was actually to her advantage, because I get the feeling that this can go one of two ways. She could escape and disappear overseas. Actually, it could go one of three ways: escape and disappear overseas. She could fake unalive and disappear overseas, or she could unalive. And my worry is, right, we've got power supply and fraud. So power supply is about providing the energy, and then we've got the fraud here. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily electrical energy, something to do with the fraud. There's fraud and that powers something. So she may be set up to be on day release somewhere and unalive, that makes it look like she did it to herself. I'm getting a car with the exhaust in it being run through to the window. I don't know why she would have access to a car, but I'm actually seeing it's out in like almost like a desert situation, because there's spinifex, that's what it's called. I can't see cactuses, but it's sort of really dry, and there's the dry grasses and stuff. And there's a car with the exhaust being run into the car, is the vision I'm being given. Okay. Ooh. Show me. Now I've got, what's going to happen with Maxwell? What's going to happen with Maxwell? I mean, she's not supposed to be there at all. What popped out? Okay. May not be Maxwell at all that's in this car. I got on the bottom. Spouse, partner, abuse, neglect, and then hitting the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. There's that power supply again, so some sort of energy being provided. And then we've got travel and surveillance, being watched. Okay, well, that's telling me we've got the fate deck, fate, death, the spouse and partner. Well, we know that was Epps. And then we've got the abuse and neglect. So the fact that perhaps Epps with his fate death, because I have not been able to pick him up as being deceased. I know some readers believe that he is, because we've been told that he is. But I mean, the told was coming from the Bill Barr orange twerp regime. So if they lie about everything else, why would they tell the truth about this? We know the video's been tampered with. We know the surveillance videos have been tampered with. But, okay, so we've got the fake death, we've got the spouse and the partner, and we've got the abuse and neglect. The fact that she was left behind to face prison. But this could also be neglect by the prison system, because we've then got hit in the road, some sort of power supply, having something supplied. Now, the wind turbines, they turn. Once a wind turbine's in place, it's a continuous supply of something. And then you've got the travel, and she's going to be watched with the surveillance. I think they're going to take her. I think the path, the energies of today is the intention for, again, a staged unaliving. And then it's almost like that power supply feels like she's going to get a continuous supply of something. Okay, we've got jealousy and the cleanup. So she might be jealous, very jealous about the fact that Epps got away, and the government, or the regime, because I can't call it a government, the regime is in cleanup mode. So I'd love to know what was said in that Blanche meeting. I get the feeling it was, get me out of here. I want what he's got. Make it happen. Oh, there's so much people ordering others to make it happen. So tell me. Dismemberment and water. She might be sent on the road, because you've then got the devil, and you've got the unaliving, and you've got the trapped. she might be sent on the road, like the faked death, sent on the road. It's almost like that's a follow-up from the surveillance and then taken out when she thinks she's in the clear. Ooh. Tell me. Is the plan what those... No, leave them there. Keep going. Sorry, I've gone quiet if you're listening. The cards I pulled: burial, money, perversion, lies, and alive. These are really dark. These are really, really dark cards. Then we've got the abuse, neglect, and then the homicide. Somebody getting unalived. And we've got the desert. Oh boy. Burial and the money, the perversion and the lies. Well, we know this is basically what she and Epps did. But we've got the alive card, which indicates to me Epps, the neglect, the fact that she was left to languish in prison. Then we've got the homicide happening out in the desert. And the faked death, the home, in the home, and then trapped. So it's almost like there's a fake death. She gets away, sets up house somewhere, but then is trapped there. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to ask. I'm going to do an extended Celtic cross. I thought this would be a short reading, but they're just telling me this story. Just putting these cards back randomly. Tell me, is Ghislaine Maxwell going to be Kasoji? Is Maxwell going to... Okay. Is Maxwell going to get away or appear to get away? Okay. Is Maxwell going to appear to have unalived herself? She thinks she gets away, and once she's being surveilled, and once she thinks she's safe, she's going to be taken out. Oh, gosh. Because they can't run the risk of her telling some stage down the track, telling her hairdresser or the girl behind the counter at the coffee shop or tell me about this. Is she going to be... Come on down. Right, this card came out first. Something is missing. Documents are missing. Thank you. They are after, whoever is behind this are wanting to know where she hid the documents. Now, a lot of us have been picking up that she has secreted away information with unknown sources to be released if she's unalive. So this is about documents that are missing, packages that are missing. The challenge is mind control. The challenge to Maxwell is mind control. It's almost like they've promised her this network plan, this convoluted plan. I think she's very possibly in a state where she will grasp onto anything, because I imagine she absolutely, after spending her entire life in this so-called lap of luxury with everything that she could ever possibly want except for the unrequited love of Epstein himself, I think I won't say she's gullible to suggestions or anything, but it's got that sort of energy. Okay, at the foundation, we've got the legal proceedings. In the past, we've got the accident. Oh, whoops. So that might have been Jeffrey. Some sort of accident. I don't know whether she's had an actual... Oh, did she have a car accident? I think I seem to remember something where she was involved in a car accident in the past. It might have left her with some ongoing clarity damage or something. The base, we've got the legal proceedings, right? What's crowning this reading? Tunnels, underground networks, escape routes. The immediate future, we've got regret, motel, hotel in the external. We've got the spouse and the partner in the internal. Hopes and fears, drugs and poison. She does fear for her life, I imagine, especially after what happened to Epstein. What have we got? This abuse and neglect. So the neglectfulness, the jealousy, the greed, the surveillance, and then the cleanup. We've got the cult. I feel like that one doesn't belong. I'll put that one back. Sorry about that. Stopping at the cleanup. So it's like neglect, jealousy, greed, being surveilled, and then a cleanup. Justice on the bottom, secrets, dismemberment in the mountains. Oh, this is telling me about Zorro Ranch, intuition, debt, imprisonment, egotism for the serial killer. But then we've got the boat. They're getting away and hidden. Really getting that they're playing on her, the fact that he's gotten away with her. They're playing away on he's gotten away and her jealousy of such. He's gotten away with all his money. I think she's going to be set free in whatever way and watched, and then the powers that be are going to move in and mop up. Now, this spouse partner doesn't necessarily mean like Epstein. This might be a minder, nipped off to a hotel motel, a minder who is then looking at, fake friend type thing. But it's all about getting their hands on these missing documents before they take her out, because I'm pretty sure there's some sort of death plan, that she would be they would release once if she was unalived. I'm going to leave that there. The energy actually feels really icky. Just going to pull one from the predictions deck. You know me, one, and I'm not even going to go that far. Controlled puppet. I think she is being, and controlled narrative. Controlled puppet as I split the deck, and controlled narrative. I think she's being controlled. Perhaps doesn't realise it. She's not that stupid, but it's almost like, did she have a traffic accident? Because I'm feeling she did, and I'm wondering whether she had an injury that might have altered her brain wiring enough that she's not as sharp as she was. You know, combined with what, 5 years imprisonment when she's aware that everybody else has gotten away with it. I mean, I'm not saying she should get away with it. I'm just saying, you know, the unfairness, the jealousy of the fact that everybody else has gotten away with it. I can just see a car in the desert with the exhaust pipe coming round to the front window. And I keep getting that fake death. So I'm going to leave it there. There's some nefarious plotting going on here, and I actually don't want to delve any further into it, so I shall catch you later. Take care.